Stage 1. Surviving. 0 to $10,000. Jordan checks his bank app. $43. Rent overdue. Credit card near its limit. Payday isn't until next Friday. He works customer support at a call center, making about $45,000 per year. Every day feels like financial defense. He's not building wealth, he's avoiding disaster. The bank doesn't see Jordan as a future millionaire. The bank sees risk. If he overdrafts, he gets charged. If he misses a payment, he gets charged. If he calls customer service, he waits. To the bank, Jordan is just another retail customer. And unfortunately, retail customers are often the least valuable relationships banks have. Stage 2. Stability. $10,000 to $50,000. After years of mistakes and discipline, Jordan finally builds his first emergency fund. $10,000, then $25,000, then $50,000. This is the first time he sleeps better at night. A car repair no longer destroys his month. A medical bill no longer feels catastrophic. And this is where banks start noticing him. The emails begin. Higher credit limits, pre-approved loans, preferred checking, cash back offers. Nothing dramatic, but enough to remind him that money attracts attention. Banks don't love customers. Banks love deposits. And Jordan finally has some. Stage 3. Emerging wealth. $50,000 to $250,000. Jordan starts investing seriously. Index funds, retirement accounts, automatic contributions. The portfolio starts growing. Not because of luck, because time is finally working for him instead of against him. For the first time in his life, market growth contributes more money than his side hustle. This stage is dangerous because it feels slow. The difference between $80,000 and $120,000 doesn't feel life-changing. But this is where the foundation is built. The bank begins viewing Jordan differently. His balances are becoming meaningful. His credit profile improves. His borrowing power increases. His financial reputation is growing. Stage 4. Serious investor. $250,000 to $1 million. Something begins changing around $250,000. Not overnight, not dramatically, but enough that you notice it. A few years ago, you were the one calling the bank, waiting on hold, explaining your situation to a different representative every time. Now, the phone rings, and it's the bank calling you. Not because they suddenly care about you, because your assets have become valuable. A financial advisor reaches out, asking if you'd like to schedule a portfolio review. An invitation arrives for an investment seminar hosted by the bank's wealth management team. Another email offers a complimentary financial planning session. For the first time, you have a relationship manager, someone whose job is to know your financial picture. Instead of starting every conversation with, "Can I verify your name and account number?" they greet you by name. Think about that. The same person who once spent 45 minutes listening to hold music now has a direct phone number to someone at the bank. You didn't suddenly become smarter. You didn't suddenly become more important as a human being. The only thing that changed was the size of your assets. By the time your portfolio reaches $500,000, banks begin thinking differently. You're no longer viewed as someone making transactions. You're viewed as someone building long-term wealth. And long-term wealth means long-term profits for the bank. As you approach $750,000, the relationship shifts again. The bank doesn't want to lose you, because replacing a client like you isn't easy. Stage 5. Millionaire. $1 million to $3 million. Crossing $1 million feels symbolic. It's the number society celebrates. Movies talk about it. Books talk about it. People spend decades trying to reach it. Inside banking, it matters too, because many financial institutions reserve an entirely different experience for clients at this level. You may qualify for private client, private wealth, or premium banking. The name changes depending on the institution. The experience usually doesn't. You receive different phone numbers, different support teams, different offices, different treatment. Imagine two people walking into the exact same bank. The first person walks into the lobby, takes a ticket, waits. Eventually, someone calls their number. The second person is greeted by name, escorted into a quiet office, offered coffee, introduced to their banker. Same building, completely different experience. The difference isn't personality. It isn't intelligence. It's assets. When you need financing, someone helps structure the loan. When you have questions, you already know who to call. When something unusual happens, someone familiar with your accounts is already... Let's go back to where we started. You're sitting on your couch, looking down at your banking app. $43. Rent is overdue. Bills are stacking up. Your paycheck is already spoken for before it even arrives. Every unexpected expense feels like an emergency. A flat tire, a medical bill, a broken appliance. Any one of them can throw your entire month off track. Fast forward several years. Now imagine opening that same banking app and seeing $10 million. The notifications are different. The phone calls are different. The people greeting you are different. The opportunities are different. But here's what's interesting. You're still you. You're the same person, the same mind, the same ambitions, the same bank. The institution didn't suddenly become kinder. The economics changed. Banks aren't emotional, they're businesses. Every client represents potential revenue. The larger your financial relationship becomes, the more valuable you become to keep. That's why the experience changes. Not because wealth changes your character, but because wealth changes your leverage.